Go.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's May 19th, 2021, and you're listening to What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. I'm the host, Steve Renazizi. I'm joined, full house, Bretton Biddlecombe, Lucas Hurl, Emma Edberg. And just, by the way, to the filthy animal, we love our listeners and viewers and our comments, but to the filthy animal, no, Emma does not have an OnlyFans page. And she's not the blonde in the corner. Her name is Emma. Okay, please. I do have an OnlyFans page. Can someone subscribe to mine, please? You're making me feel a little like unbeautiful here.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to Steve's. That's why I don't have one. I don't even think I can compete with Steve's.
It's calf pictures of my calves for days and calf raises, different. I mean, just me massaging my calves. It's beautiful, guys. It's art.
I've been laundering all my money through your OnlyFans page. Just a heads
Thank
up.
God. Get rid of all that Dogecoin money and just put it into my fucking coffers. Listen, today's going to be not a quick one, a normal, but you know, I got to move things along. I'm a single father. All right.
Tracy left.
Tracy left us, and that's it. Just moved, didn't tell anyone. Just left us, all three of us, right away. The kids actually, she told them, but they won't tell me where she went. No, she went to New York.
This is the start of Invincible, Steve.
That's
You're
true.
You're going to be the next great Philadelphia Eagle.
Is that what happened? That his wife just left him?
His wife just flat out left.
The beginning.
Yeah.
That's on the Disney. Is there cursing in that? Is there?
There
has to be, right?
They might say "damn" a couple of times. They can get away with "damn," but no fucks, no shits.
Dove Davidoff's in that too. He plays one of the bar drunks. I remember him. Yeah, seeing that. Yeah, I guess there's no. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg made a family movie. Yeah, I could have swore a football movie had to have some cursing in it, but I guess it doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, no. My wife's in New York for a couple of days doing some family stuff. So yeah, I'm killing it here. I'm Mr. Mom. I'm making lunches at night. I do a good job at dinner. First night, I made chicken cutlets, a little bit of pasta and vegetables on the side. Tuesday night, last night, we had a baseball playoff game, so I go dealer's choice. Where are we going for dinner? Chick-fil-A won. So last night was a drive-in night. But tonight I have no idea what I'm going to do for dinner. I think I'm done. I have for ideas. I go, do you guys want steak? I can make steak. And they will eat it, but it's like the sides are the bitch. Like, I'm like, don't you pussies just eat the steak and that's like the best part and like you eat a little bit of vegetables, but like that's it. Like that's all I need is a delicious steak. I mean, the sides are great, but I don't want to have to make them.
The veggies are what have the vitamins for those growing boys, though.
I know, I get it, but how about we just take 2 pills and eat a delicious steak? You know, like pills have vitamins too.
Are they picky eaters, your kids?
Not so much. I mean, I know what they like, and they will go out. Like I could order sushi and we could kill it. But I'm like trying to think of something to actually make. I'm killing the lunches, dude. I'm turkey sandwiching this thing up. I got the special wraps that make the turkey sandwich not get all crusty and shit. And then cut the corners off for Jonah. Jackson, leave it plain. Crushing the sides, little strawberries, little carrots here and there. This fucking isn't that hard. It's not that hard.
You should make garlic green beans and like home fry style potatoes with your steak.
Easy does it. Okay.
Green beans are super easy.
Make some crispy gnocchi.
If I had time,
impossible.
I'm a shuttle service back and forth. Who's got a rehearsal? Who's got fucking practice? Who's got to be at this place? I'm all over the god. I'm like an Uber driver on the side, so I don't have time. I only time 20-minute increments.
Okay, so you should do some broccoli and potatoes because you can put them on the same cookie sheet and just throw them in the oven and then they'll be crispy and delicious. You just leave them there for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Steve, you're not going to want to hear this, but it would be a smash hit with your kids. Turkey parm.
No.
Dude, if you try to sell this turkey parm shit.
That's not a smash hit with anybody but you.
Put that in the breading. You get the mozzarella. You put that in the oven.
Bro, I'd rather eat my own cum than have a turkey parm sandwich.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lucas is shaking his head no in
That's
disgust.
The truth.
Lucas, you're saying you would eat the turkey parm?
You'd eat the turkey parm over that?
10 times out of 9, yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
I'm all about that
Thank
one
God.
time. I'm all about that 10%. I'm all
So
about that 10%.
you're telling me if you were doing a bag of bet style thing and you pulled out two things and it was eat my own cum or have a fresh slice of turkey parm, you would eat your own cum.
Depends on how much cum I bet.
Hold on, you're in this too, Em?
No, no.
Again, Emma does not have an
I-
OnlyFans page.
No,
okay?
and I don't know how I would eat my own cum, so.
Trust me, okay, Emma, you're making things really hard for these guys not to write how they can.
Wait,
We
how
don't need any
hard,
submissions.
Steve?
This
How
is not an
hard
open
is she
forum.
making it, Steve?
This is not an open forum as to how Emma could accomplish these feats that she's not sure
I'm
she
never
can do.
gonna accomplish these feats. I
Again,
have no
we
desire
don't
to.
need any feedback in this arena. Please tell fans about the show, rate, like, subscribe, but you leave our Emma alone.
I'm checking the social numbers right now. We're spiking on Reddit.
Yeah, listen to me. I'm not saying okay. First of all, it's not a done
Look,
deal.
if
I pull those
if
two
our
things out.
Patreon gets to 10,000 subscribers, I'll start an OnlyFans.
Okay.
What?
It's just gonna be like pictures of. We have to maintain the subscribers though. It can't just be like we hit 10,000 and drop back down. It has to be.
You just hear the sounds of boners just falling down. Look.
I didn't say what I'll put on the OnlyFans. Just that I'll start one.
Hey, that's look. You don't have to say. Just don't say anything else. All right.
Yep. I'm gonna mute myself for the rest of the episode. Have fun.
Every single one of our listeners just hit puberty.
Let's just leave it alone. Let them marinate. It's a lot. What you just given them is a lot of information. Okay, especially because you're basically in the backdrop of most of the OnlyFans pages I've ever.
Yeah.
Like it's a bedroom behind you. Disheveled little sheets on the bed. Yeah,
There's a little sleeping dog right there. That's why I didn't make the bed.
Okay. All right. Look, here's the deal. I don't even know how we started this whole thing.
Anyway,
How do we get off this top? How do we get on Emma's OnlyFans page? No.
I think you brought it up,
want
Steve.
to eat cum.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Thank you. That's not what I want. But here's what. That's the bookmark in my head. If I pulled those two things out of a bag of bets, right? It's not an automatic. I'm going straight turkey parm. Okay. I would like to negotiate taste. Can I go like this? Right. So here's my ejaculate. Right. I go beep beep. Is that good enough?
No, you gotta eat it.
No.
We're
I don't know now. Now I don't know because I did it by accident one time and it was terrible. So, and it was, I don't know if I could consciously go through that again. But I've never had a turkey parm sandwich. By the way, I didn't do it. I didn't taste. I by accident just shot it right into my mouth.
I feel like you've told this story before because
I did.
I feel like
I
I
don't
know
know.
this story and I don't know why.
Yeah, she knows who she is. One of the very, very first. You're going at it and your prostate that is that of a 16-year-old man. And I felt it hit here, and then you go what? And then when you do that, it slid. It slid in, yeah.
So you're
like
telling me
I cornholed my like you get it the bag on and then it slides into the hole.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we have any more listeners after, I don't know how what such highs and lows. I don't know how we can go from the Emma possibly starting an OnlyFans page to what I just described. Peaks and valleys, guys.
Just like the crypto market.
Just like the cryptocurrency market. You never know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're investing in, and it's not
probably
going to
not
be
going to
great.
end well.
It's not going to be great. Let's say you had a story about. Oh, I had no idea. We got on the air and you just said Kelvin Benjamin got traded to the Giants, correct?
Kelvin Benjamin is now a Giant. He hasn't played since 2018. He's going to be a tight end. He's switching positions.
Time out. Is someone in a helicopter? Do I hear a helicopter or
that is?
Wow?
Is it my AC fan that just turned on?
I think so. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sorry, but yeah. By the way, feel free to put that AC fan on. We do not need you getting sweaty. Okay.
My OnlyFans is gonna be just pictures of fans. So
it's just gonna be
ASMR.
Once
literally
like,
only fans.
people are gonna tune in to see when you turn your fan off. So when you get sweaty, like, oh, she's getting sweaty. Okay.
I'll sweat.
Oh boy. Here we go. Brenton, let's get back to business. Kelvin Benjamin, break it down.
Yeah, so he's first round talent, very talented guy, big guy, could play tight end. He's going to have wide receiver hands, and we'll see if he can block. The only issue I have is what's his attitude going to be like? He hasn't played in a few years, and if you recall, the last time he did play, he was with the Bills.
Yeah.
And famously, Josh Allen asked him if he wanted to work on routes pregame, and he said, "No, I'm good." And he was released not too long after that, and then claims he didn't get a fair shake in Buffalo. So
got it.
The hope is hopefully his attitude has changed, but the talent is definitely there. And we'll see if the guy can block as well as catch, then you got yourself a steal of a guy.
Well, here's what I've seen so far. Joe Judge seems to be a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's coming from that Belichick mold, that Saban road, where it's like, hey, it's my way or the fucking highway. And so far, it's been pretty successful. Okay, there have been bumps in the roads. Him and he had to fire the offensive line coach who came with Jason Garrett, from Dallas and was supposed to be the guy. And it's like, go fuck yourself. This is my team. I'm going to run it the way I want. So I don't think that they would go out and sign a guy. I mean, their talent is there, obviously. You said first round talent. He's got great hands. A big dude that you can use.
He's got lots of size.
So, that Plexico Burris type size that, the Galladay, you put him on one end and Galladay on the other and a good slot receiver. It's like, go fuck yourself, man. Come guard that. And then you got, what's his name? The tight end.
Evan Ingram.
Ingram's going to, that's a lot of big bodies coming at you. So
you're going to have Benjamin. He's switching to tight end. So you're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets this year.
Perfect. I'll run that Patriots murderer Aaron, Hernandez, Ron Gronkowski, 2 tight end situation all day long. My point is, I don't think they go get him if they don't vet him as his personality and what maybe there have been changes. Maybe there's been, he's worked with a coach who knows this guy who said like his, whatever it is, back channels. I just don't see the Giants going out and doing that. The Jets, absolutely. The Jets are like, just give me something, a name that I can sell, and but that's it. But from seeing what I've seen of Joe Judge so far, just last year, he seems to run like, a really structured program. And I don't think he wants anyone coming there that's going to fuck around. So we'll see. But that's cool. I mean, look, there's a lot of offensive weapons now. You got Galladay, you've got Ingram, you've got Shepard, you've got the kid they drafted, which is like, who knows what this kid's talent. I mean, he flies, this kid from Florida. You got obviously Saquon Barkley in the backfield. You've got Daniel Jones. So it's like, it's time for him. Can they block for him? Can they make that unit that was getting better towards the end of last year? Can they make it even better and more cohesive? And, I'm not saying they have to have the most talent on that, but they just have to be able to work together and try to stay healthy. And we'll see, man. We'll fucking see. But yeah, I had no idea. That's good. Any other NFL news? I'm trying to think of, it's been kind of a slow week.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow. Doesn't seem like half the coaching staff really wanted him on the team. Seems like he's going to be somewhat of a distraction, and most people think he's not even going to make the final roster, so why even bother bringing him in? But then the other piece of news, it seems like Aaron Rodgers may be staying in Green Bay.
What is going on here now? This is a fucking soap opera.
Yeah.
See, I heard Tom Brady was pitching a show to Fox this week. I heard he pitched a reality show to Fox. I think that's the thing now. It's like we were talking about, and we'll get into it. Like Derek Jeter has his 6-part series. So I think Tom Brady wants to show the world whatever the process is. And of course, Fox is probably, bending over backwards to try to get Tom Brady. But honestly, I'm not really interested in what is there to see about Tom Brady? It's like, yeah, you'll get to see some Giselle shit and him kiss his kids on the lips. And we know he's a weirdo, but it's like, you're not going to see anything really. Like, you might see him get into some crypto chamber that you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But we've seen Joe Rogan do shit like that. I want to see the 10-part series on the fucking Aaron Rodgers show. That's that's Real Housewives of Green Bay and Malibu put together. because you have a guy who doesn't want to go back, but knows he probably has to contractually because there's not a lot of options. But he's got this girlfriend that's and now he's in Hawaii and he hosted Jeopardy, and that's kind of an option. And it's really not out of the realm of possibility because he's not. Look, he's on the back end of the apex of his career. He's still there, dude. He's the MVP, but it's not like he's got 10 more years. I don't think Aaron Rodgers plays till he's 44 years old. Do you?
No.
For whatever team. I mean, even if he got
7
traded,
more years.
A rejuvenated Aaron Rodgers in X cities, San Francisco, Denver, right? Goes out, competes well next year, maybe even wins a Super Bowl, wins 2. I think that's enough for him. I don't think he's got the thing that, that Brady's got where he's got to, play till the arm falls off or whatever it is. I think he goes, I'm 40 years old. I've won 4 Super Bowls. I've made tons of money. I'm going to go do whatever the fuck I want to do after this. So that's an interesting show to me. That's the soap opera I want to see. Fuck this. And plus you get to see him make out with Shailene Woodley. I think that's her name. Shailene Woodley. It's amazing.
Interesting sidebar for the fans of Green Bay teams. They've had 3 MVPs in the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball, and they have 0 championships in that span of about 10 years.
Lucas, can you name the 3 MVPs? Go.
For the Packers, just for Green Bay?
League MVPs for the Green Bay teams. But
sports. They don't have an NBA team.
Yeah,
they do.
What, not the Milwaukee? I mean, that's
that's
Green
like
Bay
area.
That's like 3 hours away.
Well, okay.
Play the fucking game, Lucas. What's wrong with you?
Sorry. Okay, I got it. I know. I got this. This is easy. This is Giannis, Favre, Rodgers.
No.
Giannis,
Yelich, Rodgers.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well done. God, it's impressive.
Thank you. Look, it's
no championships.
Never in the history?
In the span that they've had these MVPs.
No, I know. I mean, obviously the Packers have won championships, but have the Brewers won a championship?
I don't believe the Brewers have won a championship.
Robin Yount never won a championship?
And I don't know if the Bucks have. I don't think the Bucks have either.
The Brewers have won. They've only made 1 World Series in 82.
Robin Yount, right?
Yes, in 82.
82.
They're one of only 6 current MLB teams that have never won a World Series.
Cleveland Indians. I'm going to say, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can name these right now. Cleveland Indians. Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay.
Yes. Do you want some hints?
Hold on. Yeah, give me a hint. I got half of them.
Okay, they're all West teams.
Okay, now we got to move. That's what I'm doing in my head. I'm moving across the map. I'm doing like a fucking beautiful mind. I'm going north, south, Minnesota. Here we go. And now I'm on the west.
His eyes spinning.
The Seattle Mariners have never won a World Series. They got there.
Well done.
I'm working down. The Oakland did. San Francisco did. The Angels won a World Series. Take that back. The Dodgers. The Padres have never won a World Series.
Right.
And last but not least, the Diamondbacks did. Don't even talk about it. Who am I missing?
The Rockies.
Yep.
Fuck you, Brendan. The Colorado Rockies. I got 5 out of 6 without even thinking about it. Bam! Right off the top of my fucking head. I mean, look, here's the deal. We're going back to Robin Yount, Yelich. These cities are yearning for a fucking championship.
They have talent. They just haven't put it together.
And the Bucks, again, the Bucks are close. They're real fucking close. They play great defense. I mean, they have a superstar. Not a lot to compete with. Obviously, the Nets this year built that super team, but I pretty much assumed it was going to be them getting to the finals. So, but then it got harder this year. Like the Knicks and more people are more competitive. But yes, a championship there, a championship in Cleveland. Like I was talking to Jonah, and I'm like, where would you ever want to pitch? And he's like, He's like, the Padres would be great. I like San Diego. And I'm like, do you know how crazy it would be if you brought a World Series? If you were a pitcher and you brought a World Series, a first-time World Series I go, you never pay for a meal again in San Diego for the rest of your life, ever.
Well, he doesn't pay for a meal now. He's not going to appreciate that for another 10 years.
That's true. He's like, yeah, Dad,
You're literally
going
to be serving him steak on a pallet tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's going to be like the way it is right now? I don't know. Pass. Hard pass.
Where's my motivation?
Yeah, I guess.
What are the sides?
I didn't think about that. I'm like, I don't do sides. Yeah, I mean, I again, Buffalo. I want to see Buffalo win a goddamn Super Bowl. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup. We covered that last week. We are going to be there. Mars will
Sidebar.
be inhabited.
They nominated Jack Eichel for whatever the NHL award is for like best attitude. So they're really trying hard to kiss his ass.
Yeah, because they're like, thank you for not killing yourself.
Yeah.
We threw you in a hellscape that is upstate New York. There are 5 days a year where you literally just go, oh, this is a beautiful place to live. And then the other 360, you're just going, today I can't do it. He's probably taken those hockey sticks and just gone like this across his neck a couple times. Like, how many times do I have to do this before someone walks in and goes, Jack, easy, Jack, please. Look, you want to see joy come to places like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen through them, but the Bills, it's going to be an explosion. And those are fun to watch. Remember when Detroit won the fucking the championships in the mid 2000s and they started setting the city on fire? It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Hockey town, baby.
Yeah, Buffalo's got to fucking more people will die at the Buffalo parade because I know what will happen. They will win the Super Bowl, and then the parade will be on literally the coldest day in humanity's history. Because of global warming, we've just basically freezed everything out. It'll be negative 65 degrees in Buffalo, and they'll go, we got to cancel the parade. The mayor will go, we got to cancel it. And Buffalo will go, no, fuck you. This is what it's about. This is our city. We have to celebrate this moment. We have to go out there and cheer on our guy. But then they go, look, guys, it's a health thing. Come on. It's negative 60. Fuck you. We're going out there shirtless. We'll show these fucking idiots. And then they all walk out shirtless. And one by one, they freeze and they just drop dead. Boom, boom, boom. People frozen to death. You'll lose 60,000 people.
And we'll still sell out every game.
And they'll still, you'll see people on top of vans, like jumping to go into the table, and they'll just freeze and before they hit it and just slam right through the ground. You want to see things like that.
I'm saying it right now, Steve. If the Bills make the Super Bowl, we're all going. I don't care what it costs. I will get us tickets. It's in LA this year at SoFi. It's going to be insane.
If I see
and
that
Buffalo
meme,
has
by the way,
a legit chance.
Of course they do. By the way, so does every fucking team except for like 3. If I see that meme though, one more time about like the Chargers were 7-10. They line it up the same way the Bucks were. They got the number 13 draft pick, and they picked an offensive lineman just like the Bucks did. In the second round, they picked a DB or a cornerback with Hall of Fame, last name, which the Bucks did the year. And the Super Bowl is in their home stadium, which was in the so if I see it one more time, I've seen it like 50 times. Okay, I actively am rooting against the Chargers now because of it, but yeah, every team but 3 or 4 really have a legit chance to win a Super Bowl next year if things work out. The Detroit Lions are not going to win the Super Bowl. Okay, in no way, shape, or form. There would have to be an AIDS breakout where players are dropping dead in the middle of the field for the Buffalo Bills to win a fucking Super Bowl.
You mean the Lions?
I mean the Lions. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
The Lions are not going to win a Super Bowl this year.
We've got the Nickelodeon MVP on our team now.
They have a lunatic coach. They have a lunatic for a coach. A lunatic, a certifiable lunatic as a coach. So, and now the guy who couldn't win a Super Bowl with a unbelievably talented defense team and head coach out in Los Angeles is going to go fucking run your ship out. Detroit's done. I love Detroit, but it's over. But there's probably Atlanta too. The Jets are not winning the Super Bowl next year. No.
5,000 to 1.
Are they really 5,000-1?
5,000-1. I posted a meme of some guy had bet some amount of money. He was going to win like 750K if they do win. And then swiped it to the Jets head coach, the new coach. He forgot after the first practice that he was the head coach and was supposed to give a speech after. So, he's a good defensive coach. He was great in San Francisco, but this is a whole different ball game, and he has to deal with New York press.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long battle, that New York press. It's going to be a long winter. Yeah, Lucas.
I have the odds right here. I actually placed a bet a couple days ago at 66-1 odds for the Washington football team to win the Super Bowl.
That is both smart and offensive. Smart and offensive.
I really think.
By the way, for just a little bit more, you could have got the Giants. Just a little bit more, but you said, you know what? Look at you, fucking cocksucker. Look at you. I'm looking at it right now.
Steve.
Washington was 66-1. The Giants are 80-1, 14-1. And you tell me you couldn't do that? You wouldn't want more odds? You don't believe in my offense? Why? Because that fucking defensive line so great down in Washington?
It's Fitzy, Steve. I believe
it's magic.
I think he's going to get better the older he gets, and he might play longer than Brady.
No way.
I mean, he was in the same draft as Aaron Rodgers. He's been in the league since 2005 or 2005. Yeah.
Look, he may not leave. I'll make you this bet. He may not leave his sideline. Excuse me. For I'm going to say 30 years. Think about it. He's been in the league for what? 15 years?
16.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe he does 1 or 2 more years. I guarantee you, if he wants to, if this is his choice, and it might be because he plays, if he wants to be a head coach and or offensive coordinator, the next day he is that. He is going, so he will be on the sideline as that. There's no you have a Harvard-educated, brilliant backup quarterback who knows everything about all the offenses, all the defenses, who is intelligent, who knows how to talk to people, who is quick-witted. It's like, hello.
He's also on the brink of making history. If he loses to Detroit this year, he'll join Josh McCown as the only other player to lose to every team.
What do you mean? Does he have to play in the game?
If he starts, yeah.
As a starting quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh McCown's lost to every team in the league.
That's first of all, that shows me he's long lasting, he's sustainable in the league.
Definitely.
It's like he's been around. Yeah, I mean, look, these guys are not on great teams.
No, and we forgot Houston. Houston's the worst of all of them.
Houston's going to be a dumpster fire too. I mean, who is even their quarterback? I seriously asking, is Deshaun Watson allowed to go? Like, if they started doing practice, like, is he allowed to go practice now?
Technically hasn't been suspended, so he could. I don't know if he wants to. He might just be holding out on his own if he's not showing up. I mean, the guy.
Well, I don't know.
Out.
I mean, like, if I'm him though, shouldn't you just be going about business as usual? Like, hey, I got my lawyers talking about that stuff. I'm not really, dealing with that. I'm just going to go out and try to. I mean, I know he doesn't want to go play for Houston, but now it's like, hello, they kind of got you by the balls, like those fucking masseuses. So sorry.
I did a joke in the main room the other night, a Deshaun Watson joke. I was just testing it out. I said, the guy was a college championship quarterback, went to the shittiest team for 3 years. He deserves a happy ending.
Of course he does.
Their quarterback right now is Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod, yes. And
we all know what happens there. How many times do we have to watch this movie?
Sorry, backtracking. The Packers brought in Blake Bortles, I believe. That was their big insurance policy if Rodgers does leave.
Oh my God.
So they have Love and Blake Bortles.
If you told me they brought in a fucking one of those bricks that you box of rocks, like a boulder, and that was their backup, I would tell you that's a better move.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles doesn't know which end of the football to throw. He looks at it, he goes, which end is the up one, which end's the down one? I'm not kidding you. That's how stupid
question.
Moron is. So it's like that's going to be, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I go, that's going to be the guy. You got Jordan Love Questlove and fucking Dum Dum over here. Ooh, maybe I'll come back. Give me a break. Alex Trebek dead is more competition than those two fucking guys to take my job if I'm Aaron Rodgers. Give me a break, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little baseball for a second. Speaking of old people, I don't know if you guys saw this week. The White Sox were playing, I think it was the Twins. Was it the Twins or who? Yeah.
It's Twins.
And they were kicking the shit out of them. And I think it was the 8th inning or something like that. The Twins brought in, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's an everyday player. But it's the guy you bring in when it's the shit, when you don't want to use any more pitchers. The game's unmanageable, and it's like, hey, can you throw a knuckleball? Can you throw something fucking crazy that can just get some outs, eat up a couple innings? So they sent this guy out there. Lucas, can you tell me I don't remember that guy's name, but anyway,
Herman Mercedes.
Yeah, Herman Mercedes goes out there, right? I guess he can throw a knuckleball, but he threw a knuckle. Yeah, he did all right. He threw a couple knuckleballs. They move around. They're hard to hit. They're real slow pitches, but they're hard to hit because they move crazy. And I guess he was up 3-0. He had a 3-0 count on, and I don't remember the hitter's name either.
No, the hitter was Yerman Mercedes. The pitcher was Lance Lynn, I believe.
Oh, okay. So Lance Lynn comes in to throw. He's throwing the knuckleballs. Mercedes is up. He gets a 3-0 count. And apparently, Tony La Russa put the take sign on. Mercedes was like, take this shit and eat it. And what's his name threw him a fucking knuckleball that didn't knuckle, and it was 47 miles an hour, and he hit it 500 feet gone. It was fucking beautiful. First thing Jonah showed me the play, and Jonah goes, hey, I think I can get my first hit in the major leagues. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, I could have hit this pitch. It was 47 miles an hour. I go, oh shit, you probably could have. It stayed right there too. But I didn't think anything of it. And then the next day, I'm hearing like Tony La Russa basically called him out in the post-game press conference and was like, hey, I apologize to the Twins and I'm sorry about that. I put the take sign on and he didn't do it, and and just fucking kind of threw him under the bus, which is, I don't know how that is in your clubhouse. I don't know how that makes your players feel, that without having a talk with me, you just go out and throw me under the bus like that. Now, I understand you can be upset, or, you disobeyed an order that I gave you. Look, we had a playoff game last night or 2 nights ago. Yeah, it was last night. And second inning, we weren't hitting. We didn't hit in the first inning. We didn't hit in the second inning. And our 9-hitter gets up. And he's gotten like 1 or 2 hits throughout the year, but most of the times he's striking out. And so he gets 3-0 count. And we've gone over the signs 100 times. So we go, hey, get out of the box. He turns around and looks at us. I give him the fucking boom. What do you think this means? Take, right? Take. Gets back in there, digs in, pitch comes in the dirt, home, swings. Now, I know he didn't disobey me. He just is 9 years old and forgot the fucking signs. Mm-hmm. This guy knows what the hell's going on. And he just went, fuck this shit. I'm going to hit a home run, or I'm going to try to hit this ball as hard as I can. And look, it is the wrong thing to do, but I don't know how I don't know how I feel about Tony La Russa. I don't know how I feel about him as a manager. I mean, you already lost. You didn't start off very well with the DUIs and the way you got the job. And just to throw your younger player, you're 76 years old. You have to realize that there's a disconnect between you and the guys you're coaching. You may be a player's coach. You were a player's coach. You always were. In the fucking 80s, when you didn't say anything about Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco sticking needles in their necks, yeah, that's a player's coach. In the 90s, when you won World Series, when you turned your back when people were fucking doing the same thing and Mark McGwire was hitting home runs and people were corking their bats, you were a player's coach. You turned your blind eye to situations like that. Now, yeah, I guess you're a player's coach in the sense you're protecting your pitchers, because if I'm up 21, whatever, if I'm up a lot of runs and I got a fucking or I'm down a lot of runs and I have a left fielder pitching and you swing 3-0 and hit a home run, the next time we play each other, the guy that knows how to throw the baseball is going to throw at one of your best players. Not try to kill him, but, a message. That's old school. That's playing to protect. So if you're Tony La Russa and you have to explain that to the guy, then you go, hey, man, look, after the game, here's why I'm going to fine you privately between us. You're going to get fined X amount of dollars, whatever. Okay? Because you did something that's going to jeopardize possibly one of our other players, a teammate, down the road. Because of these old school rules that I still believe in. So because you did that, this is going to something, but it stays between you guys. Where I lose it, I go, what the fuck? He goes straight to the press and just blasts this guy out. It's like, now that guy's left on an island by himself. He may get thrown at. You're not protecting him at all. And he's one of your players. It's a small thing. These baseball unwritten rules are kind of, they're evolving and they're changing, because as guys like Tony La Russa leave and guys like Fernando Tatis come into the league that are like, dude, when I hit a fucking bomb in a clutch situation, I'm going to flip my bat and celebrate because I'm excited. Trevor Bauer said, he goes, I don't mind when these guys do these things because it's hard to hit a fucking baseball, especially the way we throw it. So these unwritten rules that are now kind of going to be washed away with this older generation, they have to be looked at. And some guys still hold on to them. I know, like, when we even when we coach Little League and stuff, it's like, we kind of, we don't celebrate. We tell the kids like not to celebrate, not to get to, but they're kids and they get excited. And these are the same kind of emotions they feel as they play baseball. And so, I actively have to go, I got to let them just be kids, not saying like they got to go crazy and throw it in people's faces, but when they accomplish something that they've been working on, it's nice to have some sort of celebration that goes along with it. I don't know if you guys saw the play or you thought anything about it, but if you had any thoughts, that was my initial reaction to it. What did you guys think about it?
Yeah, as a White Sox fan, it really sucks because they're in first place. Fuck chemistry. Tim Anderson has publicly come out and defended Yerman. So it just sucks because a hot streak, and this was kind of what I feared when they hired La Russa. Yeah. White Sox they're one of the best teams in the league.
They got a great pitching staff. They have great Roberts is a great hitter.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great outfield. So it's like, they're a good team. Probably the best team in the what are they? The Central.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was it was weird when they hired him, and it was weird when they kept him after everything that came out. He does know how to coach baseball. Obviously, he knows how. He knows the game in and out. But I don't know how your clubhouse deals with that. I don't know if it's a thing where there's just resentment. And obviously they know it's like, look, Ryan's no one's firing La Russa unless he probably wants to go or the results are not what they want, So the players have to know this is not our team. This is his team. So, and that, so they may keep it to themselves. You may not hear anything about it, but that's not good for that shit to build up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and Yerman's one of the most popular players on the team.
Yeah. And, it's like there's a right way and a wrong way how to handle these situations. It's like the same thing with like Tony La Russa is a lot like me when I coach Little League. We're both unbelievable minds in the arena that we're in. And it's like, yeah, kids make mistakes. I can't yell and scream at a kid out in the middle of the field. I think they're going to make that, but when you get them in the dugout, hey, let me explain to you what happened there. Let me tell you how this got to work now. All right. Focus. Look at me, intently, but you do it in the privacy. You don't do it in front of everybody else. This fucking guy is like, he's losing track of what's, he's going to be 80. He's going to be 80 years old. He might not make it through the season, dude. He might sweat to death. Although he sweats like he knows how to sweat. He has like, because he lived through the 80s with that coke. Like he probably did so much coke that he just knows how to like calm his body down to sweat at a rhythm method almost. what else gone on this week? Oh, and then the Derek Jeter documentary got announced, which I'm very excited about.
It's going to be great.
Although, again, going back to what I was saying before, it's like, as a Yankee fan, it's going to be awesome because you get to relive all these fucking memories that you have. I mean, that's high school, college, and early 20s through 35 for me. That's the, prime of my life. I get to relive and watch and see him break down these different feelings that he had during these moments. But like, this isn't nearly going to be as good as The Last Dance. I mean, that had, you had different personality. I mean, look, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to get into like the horse, like that's the only real good turn that could be.
Yeah. Are they going to tell us what were in the gift baskets?
Yeah. And it won't be, he might allude to it and he'd be like, he might like talk about the gift baskets, maybe have some ladies on to like, oh, the gift baskets for this. I got this, I got that. But like, he's controlling this whole thing. You're not going to hear like, you're not going to hear like Minka Kelly get on and be like, you know what? He never, he threw me out of a window and told me to get the fuck out. Like, you're never going to hear like any real story or anything like that. It's all going to be very, what am I looking for? What word? Not dumbed down. Controlled.
Edited?
Very controlled.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going to control the whole thing. I mean, I know that Jordan controlled his, but there were, I felt like when they were showing him footage, it was like, hey, we're going to use this. Just comment on how like, what I'm saying? Like, even with the Isaiah Thomas stuff, I don't know if there's anything in Jeter's, like maybe some A-Rod stuff. When A-Rod first came to New York, there was some animosity. Like I don't see a lot besides reliving my youth. I don't know how much more I'm going to get from this. That's my point. I am excited about it though, because, that was my guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of my guy, I got to see Dodger Stadium. I went on Sunday. I took the boys to the Dodger game. They played the Marlins, and Don Mattingly. I got to see my other guy, Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, come out and bring out the lineup cards, and it was awesome. First of all, I like it. I like limited capacity. I have no one around me. Easy to get in and out. The lines, no waiting. It's like, people, come on up. What do you want? Dodger dog, boom. I'm talking about like seconds. Get out of your seat. You're seconds away. Get a soda. Take a piss. Bing, bang, boom. Back at the seats. They're not missing a pitch. And the sun never came out on Sunday, so it was just that nice haze all day long. Never got hot. Beautiful fucking time. Awesome. Then I saw the one section where people were vaccinated. They're on top of each other again. I go, don't. Because Jackson was like, why can't we sit with them? I go, don't tell them we're vaccinated. They'll put us with those people. I don't want to sit with people. I want to sit with these savages. Because they zip tie the chairs, but you could put your shit in it. It's great. It's awesome. It's so fucking great. You just put all your stuff down. Bingo.
So wait, did you have tickets to a particular seat, or was it just like, hey, go on in and find something?
No, this isn't Bonnaroo, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, you're just saying like, oh, we have our sections and
No, there's a section. There's a section, one section for vaccinated people. So if you buy a ticket in that section, you're sitting like in a normal baseball, like with everyone around, like it's packed. The unvaccinated area, which is the rest of the ballpark, there's like, you have to buy packs of 4. So you buy a 4-pack, you get 4 seats, and then the rest of them are just zip tied around you. They're like,
gotcha.
And so the next people down, you don't just get to fucking walk in and sit wherever you want.
Yeah.
What's wrong
it'll
with
be
you?
interesting. The Comedy Store is back to full capacity.
Yeah, I know.
Start doing shows again with
you have to be
with a lot of people.
You have to be vaccinated. Yeah, you have to be fully vaxxed to get in, which, I mean, I guess you have to prove it with the card or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could you imagine if Harris Pete was around still working there, if he had to not only check IDs, but then check if someone's been, okay, fine. Let me see you vaccinate. Oh, Moderna, you sit over here. Moderna's over here. We keep the Johnson & Johnson over there. Yeah, that would have been great. I guess fully vaxxed up, come on in. What if you're not fully vaxxed? Can you perform there?
I don't know.
I know comedians that aren't vaxxed that have.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know comedians that don't want to get vaxxed.
They're probably not checking the comics. They're
That's
checking
what I'm
the people
asking.
coming in, but they're not checking the comics.
What about people who can't get vaxxed? Some people can't get it. There's like health restrictions.
What do you mean health restrictions?
Well,
On
there's
who?
like certain allergies and stuff. People with certain allergies and certain conditions can't get the vaccine at all. So like they're just fucked. No comedy for them.
I haven't heard
I
any of
guess.
that. Just bring them in and then just give it to them, pump it into them, and then we, have a nurse or something standing by.
Yeah, put it in the chicken tenders.
Just kill some people. It's totally fine.
Look, we got to get herd immunity, right? Isn't that the fucking goal? I don't know what the goal is anymore.
Yeah,
I
herd
don't know what
immunity.
the goal is.
The goal.
Half the fucking Yankees got vaccinated and they still got the coronavirus.
Well, yeah, it
No
doesn't
one's
make you
talking
immune.
about that.
It doesn't make you immune, Steve. It just means that your body is equipped to fight it better.
Dude, I don't get any of this. I thought I
Makes
can
no
start.
sense.
I thought I
No.
could start doing glory holes again and finger fucking and mouth kissing
I mean,
people.
we didn't
Yeah, you can't do
mention anything to you a couple months ago when you said you were fully vaxxed and going to start licking toilet seats. But yeah, it doesn't make you immune. It just means that you have antibodies that can fight it. So you're probably not going to die if you get it.
Yeah, but
all
everybody
it
says that the
means.
antibodies I got from getting actual COVID don't count. But
I
they
don't
do.
know what that.
It's whatever the CDC says this week. But the
Exactly.
point
It's all
is-
bullshit.
I don't even
back
know.
to full,
We're not allowed.
Dude, we're back
you
to
don't
full
have to wear a mask.
capacity. I'm coming back next week. I'm getting my hair cut on Sunday. I'm going to be back on stage next week.
Get out of
All
here! Oh
happening.
my god!
Yeah.
Like a monarch coming out of his
Yes.
cocoon. Oh boy. Dude, I love it. I've really only seen you from here up, but I can't imagine. Are you like
Oh, I got
300
my-
pounds? Okay.
Got my DraftKings swag. World championships.
All right. All right.
But no, I'm in really good shape. I honestly think that the weight I put on is in my hair.
What is your style going to be? Have you figured it out when you finally get the locks cut off?
I'm just going to go back to what I was. You know, one
I
and
don't
a
even-
half on
I
the
honestly-
side, really short, 1.5 on the side, a little bit longer on the top, fluff it up.
I
The
honestly
bubble
don't
cut.
remember what you look like from before. I know I'm saying that in all seriousness. I don't remember what you look like. Like a boy, right? Like a child.
No, like a lesbian.
Yeah.
Like a punk lesbian.
And that's what you want to go back to. Punk lesbian.
Yes. I need to look sharp on my wedding day.
Punk. Hi. Can you give me the punk lesbian 1.5 on the side? Jesus, bro. Why don't you go have someone like, since you haven't had a haircut in so long, why don't you spend a little cash, go out, and get a stylist to come in and like go, hey, you gotta, what can we do with this now? It's gonna be like $100, Brenton, and you don't have to do it every time, but just get someone that like knows what they're doing, that like you can work with them.
No way. I'm going super cuts, $14.95 Tuesday afternoon special. That's all I need. I've sunk so much money into the wedding, which by the way, if the invites are in the mail, that's happening too. It's all
I
coming
have no
together.
address, so don't worry about it.
Well, I sent it to whatever address you gave me last year.
Carrier pigeon. Listen, I think you should just be smart about this. You have a wedding coming up. These pictures last for. I look at my wedding pictures and I'm like, why? There's always something you look at. You're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
were you thinking?
No.
Don't let it be
We're
your
gonna
hair.
do a couple. I'll get another one before the wedding. We're gonna do a trial run. We're gonna figure it out. She wants me to talk to the barber and figure out how to style it. I'm gonna look good. It's gonna be good. We're all good.
I gotta get a haircut too. I got a golf tournament on Friday. Ooh, hello. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Brookside Men's Golf Club is having a Criers tournament on Friday, and I'll be participating. One of 48 members playing on Friday. And the format is it's a Criers. I've never heard of this before, but
What's
basically
a Criers?
I have no idea. But essentially the format is you play to your handicap and your worst 3 holes score-wise, you get pars for them. Does that make sense? So if you have 15 holes where you get par and 3 holes where you got double bogey, then you get pars for those double bogey holes and you shot par. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's happening on Friday. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like this format is set up really, really well for me because that's what happens to me. I put a string of 5, 6, 7, 8 holes together, par, and then lose a little bit of focus, a little bit of, and then boom, a blow-up hole. You get rid of those blow-up holes, I'm good to go. So I have a good feeling about this week. Real good feeling. As long as my wife gets home and I can fully prepare my body, getting in to the way I want to feel. Like I need a good night's sleep on Thursday. So she's got to get home. She's part of it. Yes. Yes, Emma, Cort is joining us in about probably 5 minutes. So spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of golf, it is the PGA Championship week at Kiowa Island in South Carolina. I think it's called Kiowa. I'm not sure how to say it, but I think it's Kiowa. And it's
quinoa.
It's not quinoa. Oh yeah, they're doing the commercial. That's funny. Anyway, it's Kiowa Island in South Carolina. They'll be competing 158 PGA Tour and pro professionals. There's some guys that aren't on the tour, but they're like PGA professionals that made it into it, 20 people like that. And it is it's going to be hard because this is a hard, long, almost 8,000 yard golf course. I think they had at one point, they can set the tees up that the back 9 would be 4,000 yards, which is unheard of. That's a very fucking long golf course. And Cort McCown will be joining us very soon to talk. He's our resident expert. I've got opinions. I've got thoughts, but you want to hear from a disgruntled curmudgeon who will yell at me about what I give my opinion. And then he goes, "This is why you're wrong." And then just constantly berates me about it. But
yeah, well, Cort's a pro.
He's not a pro.
He's a pro.
He has been a professional caddy. That's not the same thing.
Totally pro.
Totally
there,
respected
man.
in the golf world. Respected in the golf world, as am I. As am I in the golf. I have, look, I think it's good. What are you laughing at?
Cort's not playing in crier tournaments. Cort's going out there and he's making his own pars. He's finding his own way.
Yeah, I understand. I'm doing this for fun, dude. I'm doing this for fun. I'm not going out there to try. Look, I know I could just go out there and win the criers if I wanted to. I'm going to go out there and I have friends playing in it with me. I'm just going to go out there. It's reps. It's competitive reps. It's pickup basketball. You got to get out there with different people, different courses, different atmospheres. All right. This is not me just going, hey, this is what my sole focus is. Don't
Steve,
try.
It needs to be.
No.
Do you want to win? It needs to be.
Not every week. You've got to throttle down sometimes, dude.
No.
You've got to give yourself a little bit of a break.
Tiger Woods doesn't throttle down.
Yes, he does. Well, I know he does, and that's why he drives off the side of cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know when to hit the brakes. Literally. If he knew when to hit the brakes, his entire life would be different. He wouldn't have got his cock wet so many times, and he'd still be married. He wouldn't have driven that first time on the side of the road all perked up or whatever he was lubed up. He wouldn't have done it this time when he drove off the side of the cliff late for a fucking photo shoot. Hit the brakes. Know when to throttle down. There's a reason why Tiger won't be playing on the senior tour, and I will be. Because I kept my body intact. I kept my body pristine. Okay? And when I go out and win 18 majors on the senior tour, more than he won, we'll see who's better then. We'll see who stands the test of time then. And that's, look, we can get Cort's opinion on that. That doesn't matter. We probably shouldn't even bring it up to him.
No.
The point is this, all right? I also understand the world of golf and have opinions and have valid opinions and things that I think are correct. And I can give examples and reasons why. So,
yeah, I don't doubt you. I still think if you keep at it, you're going to end up winning $1 million on the fantasy golf.
I already submitted. I'll give you, I don't want to give out all the lineup, but I'll give you one of my lineups for this week.
Who's your long shot player in your lineup?
I'll give you the long shot right now.
The one guy that nobody's going to have that you have because you're smarter than everyone.
Okay. Here's a man named Keegan Bradley. Okay, Keegan Bradley. Maybe you've heard of him. I think
Such
he's
a golfer name.
He won, I think, one PGA champ. He's a former PGA champion. He hits the ball a really long way and very, very straight. His only issue comes with the putter, but he's been putting really, really well. And I think in the wind, he grew up on, in the Boston area, went to St. John's, played a lot of golf on Long Island where it can be windy as well. So he knows how to play in the wind. So Keegan Bradley is a long shot for me.
Love it.
He's also a person I have in my DraftKings. Tony Finau, another person I have in my DraftKings.
Well, don't give them all away,
another
Steve.
person.
You're going to end up sharing the million with 50,000 people. We get a lot of downloads on this, so they're all going to hear it. They're all going to go out.
Let me tell you something.
Put
right
in their
now.
lineups.
I got two names on this lineup that no one else has, and I'll never give them to you.
Okay.
You would have to pin me down and feed me turkey parm sandwiches till the cows come home.
Covered in cum.
Covered in cum. You'll never get the answers from me. Do you understand?
Special sauce.
Never. But yeah, no, I'm very excited. This is like major. It's majors time. We had the Masters, PGA next week. Next month, it's the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, which I will be at with Cort McCown. But I think this week is going to be. The wind is supposed to pick up. It's obviously on an island, so it's going to the wind moves, big gusts left to right, changes real quickly. But the length though is super surprising to me. And I think there's a 240-yard par 3, which I heard an interview with Justin Thomas that at one point he was saying that if they move the tees back, like to where they could move them back to, and the wind was into them, guys would have to hit driver to a par 3 to a green.
Mm-hmm. That's
how hard and long this golf course could end up being. So it's going to be interesting. I think, it's when you have 99 of the best top 100 players in the world competing, it's really hard to pick someone who will absolutely hands down win. I have some people I have a feeling about. I could tell you some people I don't think are going to win. I don't think Hideki Matsuyama is going to win. Why? The guy won the Masters, played his ass off, and then went to Japan, had to quarantine in a hotel room for 2 weeks. Literally, they wouldn't let him out of the hotel room. Then he went on an interview spree. He was the king of Japan. They gave him like the fucking keys to the whole land. And then he played for the first time and picked up a club last week. Do I think he has it in him right now to go out and win? Of course, he's skilled enough to do it, but I don't think he's in it this week. Someone I don't think is going to win this week, but I don't think Patrick Reed wins this week. I think he's been working on his swing. I think he's always a person that can win, and I think he thrives in major championships. But I don't think he wins this week because he's been working on his swing, and it's a little bit – he can get a little loose on it, especially the driver. His short game is unmatched. He's a great putter, but I think this week he won't have it. But I think next month when he comes to Torrey Pines, you give him a month more to work on that swing on a course that he won at in January in a major. He's my pick, like a month out to win the U.S. Open next month. I think this is Justin Thomas's week. I think that Justin Thomas really, he's had, he had that whole little rough go of it when he said he called his own self a faggot, and then lost all his sponsorship, and then he was out of golf for a little bit after that, and then comes back, he wins a tournament, proves he still has it, wins the Players Championship, but not just any tournament. And I think that he's quietly got his game back to where he wants it to be, feels better about himself, and I think this is his week. I think Rory's another person that can go out. He won in 2012, the last time it was at this golf course, but it was a different sort of Rory back then. If you watch, he drove the ball all over the place. He was never in the fairway, but he got up and down, left and right. I don't think he has that short game anymore, and I think he'd have to keep the ball in the fairway to do well. But that's going to be hard to do with the wind, and there are generous fairways. From what I've heard, I've never been there. I don't know if Cort's been there, but I've played it a couple times on golf apps. The ones you can play.
Yes, you pretty much
Dude, this one though, WGT, it's pretty legit, and it has it laid out like really, really well. And they do the win. It's like, so it's it's almost like playing it. Like, I know as much as the guys know. So, I don't know where Cort is. What time is it? Jesus, he's 5 minutes late already.
Well, the good thing is you didn't build it up really big like he was going to come on, so people won't be disappointed at all.
Well, Emma sent me a private message, which then I so stupidly just read out loud. I literally just was like, "Oh, is Cort coming to the thing?" Yeah, no, he'll be here. Like
He reads everything off the teleprompter.
I'm not.
I
was
to each their own.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just hope he's not drinking again. It's coming.
I wish you could call people with Zoom. Like, let's just call him.
Hey, brother.
Hey, you coming on the podcast?
I can do it right now.
Get on, dude.
Okay, I'll zoom in right now.
Bye. See, like, why didn't you just do it? He wasn't going to unless I called him, right? He wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Is he on the West Coast?
Oh, that was today. I'm sorry, buddy. We'll get you next time.
God damn, bro. Has anyone done a spot yet, by the way, that's been at full capacity? How is it, Lucas?
You're on mute.
Yeah. I'm in Texas right now. I went to the creek in the cave last night.
Oh, shit. Oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
You
get a sheet set up.
Fucking, what are you, in a bunker, bro?
Voiceover booth, buddy. Voiceover booth.
Oh, voiceover booth. All right. So listen, we're talking Kiowa Island. Have you played that place before? How do you say it, by the way? Kiowa? Kiowa. Yeah, I knew I was saying it right. Kiowa Island. So you never played there before, right?
Never played there.
I was given I said, when you got 99 players out of 100 in the world that are playing, it's hard to pick the person that's definitely going to win. I almost feel like, huh?
What'd you say?
I didn't hear what you said.
McElroy.
Well, all right. So I was saying people that I almost feel like I could pick the people that I don't think are going to win. I was saying Matsuyama. I feel like, he won the Masters. He's been sitting around in a hotel room. But I said McElroy's got a great track record at this place. He's got but he also drove the ball really poorly and got up and down the last time he won. I don't think he's got that short game anymore. I know the fairways are a little wider.
He's better now than he was.
Look, if you go back and watch the highlights, like almost the back nine on Sunday, he was never in the fairway. He was getting up and down short side, like tightrope walking the entire time. And look, he's unbelievable, and he won, so he's got a little bit of mojo. But you got to put yourself in those situations every single time. It's hard to continue to get lucky. That's what it is.
But that's the difference in a guy who's got majors and a guy who doesn't have majors. It's like, Xander Schauffele, who's arguably a great player, but you got to realize right now is like, there's going to be 2 days. These guys are coming in 14 through 18 into the wind. And Tony Finau was out there the other day, and Tony Finau's a bomber. And Tony Finau was hitting driver 3-iron into par 4s.
Yeah.
Par 4s, 3-irons.
Yeah.
And that guy's a bomber, man.
And they were saying, I think Justin Thomas said that one hole, the par 3, that's like 241. He said if they played the tees back and it was into the wind, you'd have professional golfers hitting driver into a par 3.
Yeah. I watched some of him on the range today. He was like you. He was spraying it everywhere.
First of all, he was my pick to win, Justin Thomas. Are you talking about Justin Thomas?
Yeah. I don't.
So in the first 90 seconds, Cort, you've come on and you went against his pick that would absolutely not win, and you are saying that his pick that will win is definitely not going to.
Justin Thomas will not. Justin Thomas will not. Justin Thomas will only be in the top 10.
He won't what? He won't.
Won't be in the top 10.
I guarantee, dude. Justin Thomas will absolutely be in the top 10. He will finish top 10.
No.
Absolutely. By the way, I gave a name. I don't know how you feel about this name. Keegan Bradley as a long shot. Former PGA champion, but hits the ball a long way, straight, very straight. His biggest issue is the putter and whether he can get the putter rolling, but he's been playing real well over the last year. So I just said as a long shot, not obviously, person you see comes to mind right away, but I think someone that could sneaky come back and maybe be there on Sunday.
Your long shot bet this week's Daniel Berger. That's your long shot bet.
Why do you say Daniel Berger?
Just solid as can be. Solid tee to green, great putter, great short game. Been playing phenomenally well. He's a great player. Daniel Berger's a pick by a lot of people to actually win this thing. So,
all right, so fine. So here's what we can do. I'll give you Rory, Berger, and someone else. You pick someone else, and I'll take Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, and Keegan Bradley.
Okay, you're going to take those. You're going to take Justin Thomas,
Keegan Bradley, and Tony Finau.
Okay,
so and you take Rory.
Pick guys that may not make the cut.
Okay, great. Rory. You take Rory, Berger, and who's your third?
Let's see. Let me look at my DraftKings. I don't want to give away my DraftKings because, by the way, I won last week. Everybody made the cut. That was good. All right, I'll take Rory, Daniel Berger, and I'll take Cameron Smith.
Great, done. Cameron Smith, Rory, and Daniel Berger versus Justin Thomas, Finau, and Keegan Bradley. And I'll tell you that, and lowest to par. That's what it is.
Okay. Now I will tell you some guys to look out for this week. I will say that I would really like to see it, but I don't think it'll ever happen. I would love to see Phil Mickelson do something special this week. But he's got the distance.
But he self-admittedly doesn't have the focus, he says, to last 4 days. I mean, I don't think he needs 4 days. Here's how I think you could be correct. If you give him if he's on Friday afternoon and he's done with his round and he's like, oh, I'm top 10, I'm in this motherfucker. And then Saturday he goes out and stays. Just Saturday, he's got to get through Saturday staying focused. If he can make Sunday, that comes back to you, dude. Sunday, if you're in a major, if you're Phil Mickelson and you're in the last group or last two on Sunday, you don't have to remember how to stay focused. You're like, oh, I've done this before. I can do this again.
I'm going to give you two words why he needs to stay focused. Wing foot. He was winning, and then he pushed it out of bounds. And then you had another guy. I mean, you had arguably, I love Jeff Ogilvy. He's a great guy, but he won the U.S. Open because, Colin Montgomery and Phil Mickelson shit the bed and were sleeping in the same bed. They both shit the same bed and rolled around in it. And
I would love to see Phil Mickelson win. Of course I would. By the way, he would then not have to take an exemption to get into the U.S. Open and actually just get into the U.S. Open. Phil Mickelson.
Doesn't he get in just?
No, that was the other thing this week is that he had to accept an exemption from the USGA to get into the U.S. Open, which he said he wouldn't do up until last year. They asked him, he said he wouldn't do it unless I qualify. I'm not going to do it. And then of course now it's like, well, no, you can't win it unless you qualify, unless you get into it. And so I got to get into it.
Well, what's interesting to me is that
I just fell off my chair. Sorry.
That would have been awesome.
I know.
What would have been great was for example, I was out at Quail Hollow 2 weeks ago, and the wind was blowing 30, 35 miles an hour. It was hard, man.
Yeah.
Not an easy golf course. And it's very long, very, very long. And much more difficult. The rough is not up at Keo Island. It's not up high. It's only and the ball doesn't settle down into it. So it's like there are misses that, where there's a 35-yard wide fairway, there's 40 yards to the right that you can miss that you're in the rough. It's not going to cause you any trouble. And Lucas get bored with us talking about that.
Lucas passed out.
But so I think what you're going to end up seeing is guys like Rory, who won at Quail Hollow, in the wind. And it's like he won it when it was blustery wind. So there's some guys out there.
Well, DJ's, that's his home, his home state. So I don't know. I mean,
No, DJ's.
No.
I don't think DJ's going to do it. I just don't think he's sharp enough for that.
I like my 3 picks over your 3 picks. I really do. And by the way, if one of mine wins or one of yours wins, you automatically win. How about that?
That's
if
great.
If you call one of the guys, you automatically win.
One of your guys. I mean, you'll be lucky if one of your guys is in the top 10. I mean, Keegan Bradley is probably, of your 3, mules that you're picking, that's like the one that might look more like a horse.
I can't wait.
Yeah, no way. I was watching Dustin Johnson on the range. He's into the wind. He's carrying it 245, spraying it left, spraying it right. He looks like you at Brookside. It's just,
buddy.
Jesus.
Don't get in my head, dude. I saw our boy Kevin this morning, and I'm fucking dialed in, bro. Dialed in. Put me in Kiowa. I'll control my ball flight. Trust me, I will. I can't wait for next month, though. By the way, in the U.S. Open, I cannot wait. I already called my winner for the U.S. Open. Do you want to hear who the winner of the U.S. Open is? You ready for this? Not ready this week because he's still working on his swing, but he's got the best short game in town, and he's an unbelievable putter. Anyone there in January, you guessed it, Patrick fucking Reed.
Well, is he going to cheat?
Oh,
fucking cheater. He's a cheater.
Dude, don't say that. You know I'm friends with his caddy.
I saw him out. I saw him. I went and said
I know.
hello.
Kessler told me. He said, yeah, he's excited. He's coming to the shows.
But I love Kessler, but I didn't say hello to the guy he was standing behind who cheats on the golf course.
Oh, boy. Well, he might cheat his way to victory again this time. I think he's going to.
Cheated his way to victory at Torrey Pines.
I'm excited about the PGA. I'm going to watch every single second. Every single second.
Hey, what are we doing? Are we gonna? Do we have a place to stay yet? What's going on?
What for the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep on the golf course. We're gonna sneak in after they're done wrapping up. We're gonna help. We're gonna go in as like lawnmower guys, and then we'll just fucking get a tent and camp out. No big deal. Save our spot for the morning.
I'm gonna talk to Jason Gore, who works for USGA, and see if we remember Jason Gore.
Yeah, he did the thing with us in another podcast. Yeah,
he works for the USGA now. So
yeah,
this tournament.
Amazing. We got to go. We're in. All right. That's the podcast for this week. Does anyone have anything? You have any dates or anything you want to add, Cort? You got stand up coming up or no?
June 3rd to June 6th, I will be at what's the place in Oklahoma City that you almost got COVID?
Bricktown Comedy Club. Yeah.
June 3rd to 6th, I'll be there. And then what is it? June 17th, 18th, 19th, La Jolla Comedy Store.
Yes, La Jolla Comedy Store, Father's Day weekend, U.S. Open weekend in La Jolla.
Coming down?
Am I coming down?
I says Brenton coming down too?
No, Brenton's not coming. We have a local opener. It's you and I. That's all they can afford to put up.
They can't afford me.
Dude, that weekend, no, they can't.
Nobody can afford you anymore, buddy. No one.
All right, I'll be at the Comedy Store next week. Thanks. We're full capacity, so if you're vaxxed and you're and you got your your pussy waxed, come on down. The doors are wide open.
Lucas's internet shout out, but he'll be at the Creek in the Cave this weekend, so check that out.
Oh,
yeah, if you're in Austin,
Lucas is in Austin. Yeah, so if you're in Austin, check out Lucas Hurl at the Creek in the Cave.
And let's beef up those Patreon numbers. We're gonna get that OnlyFans page going.
Check out Tony Hinchcliffe on OnlyFans.
Only space fans, just pictures of fans.
And that's it, guys. We'll see you next week. Let's go, Keegan. Let's go, Tony, and let's go, Justin. Go fuck yourself, Cort.
Suck a big one, Steve.
Bam.